Have you been hanging and banging, brothers and sisters? Have you been in the gym, pumping that iron, and getting yourself in top shape? If so, you need to fuel your body, and nobody can do it better for you at a better price and a better quality product than our friends at Best Price Nutrition. That's bestpricenutrition.com. 1-800-499-4810. They got free shipping on orders over $99 in the USA. They even have a 30-day return policy. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Price Nutrition is where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, come to the Chicago Sports Spectacular being held November 18th to November 20th at the Donald Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois. This event will feature hundreds of the nation's leading dealers in sports cards and collectibles, as well as appearances by over 75 superstar athletes, including the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Hall of Famer Greg Maddux, former heavyweight champion of the world Mike Tyson, David Ross, former world champion Floyd Mayweather, Brian Urlacher, and many more. You can find full details online at chicagosportsspectacular.com or by calling 954-227-1565. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is the revival of the World Wrestling Association. Tonight, the WWA is on tour once again and traveling to Chicago, Illinois, where we are going to run Farragut High School. You can see we've got an estimated expected attendance of 918, and Farragut High School can fit 1050. Let's see if we can't sell this mug out, everybody. We have no absent workers, believe it or not, and only one incident, and it's Kelly Konitschke. He turned up very late. He's getting fined. Nothing results from it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our card for tonight. In our opener, we're going to have Randy Bryant face Hangman number 1. We're going to have Dukes and Hamilton against Kent and Graham. Razor DeVito is going to face El Bracero in singles action. Rex Bodie is going to face Prince Mama Muhammad. And remember, Rex Bodie on this previous Sunday got the win over Prince Mama Muhammad. So there could be some heat with this one, everybody. In our semi-main, the Zebra Kid is going to face Mr. Electricity's Steve Regal. And in our main event, we're going to see Paul Christie and Johnny Stewart face Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher for the World Tag Team title. Let's get to booking. All right, here we go. Bryant against Hangman number 1 here in the opener. And we're going to leave this one open-ended. And we're going to let the AI decide who's going to win this one. Either man losing in this situation, no big deal. Either man getting the win is good for us. So there we go. Next, we have Dukes and Hamilton against Kent and Graham. They're going to go 14. There's Dukes and Hamilton, and there is Graham and Kent. I always say Kent and Graham, but it should be Graham and Kent. And we are going to have Don Kent get the win. And of course, he's going to cheat to win. That one is now in the books. Up next, we have DeVito and Bracero. Another 14-minute bout here. And we're going to leave this one open-ended because it also, once again, doesn't matter to me who wins. There's El Bracero. And this one is booked up. Up next, we're going to have Bodie and Muhammad. They're going to go 16 minutes here. And here's Rex Bodie. Here's Prince Mama Muhammad. And we are going to have Prince Mama. You know what? For the heck of it, we're going to leave this one open again. Let's have some fun. Yeah, let's have some fun with this one. Next, we have Zebra Kid against Steve Regal. And here is the Zebra Kid. Again, an excellent, excellent wrestler. Had a lot of experience. And Steve Regal was also very good. And we're going to have Steve Regal get the win here. This one's going to be a technical masterclass as compared to the bloody brawl that the main event's going to be. And here we go. 2 versus 2 in the main event. We've got Christy and Stewart versus Bruiser and Crusher. For those of you that may not be familiar with Paul Christy was a mainstay. He was in the AWA for a long time. He was in the WWA for a very long time. He's at the end of his career here, but he's still got a lot to offer. The guy could still go. He was a really good wrestler. And Paul Christy would also end up in Windy City Wrestling, where he won their heavyweight title from Steve Regal. I think that was about 1989. So let's check and see how old Paul Christy is here. See, Paul Christy's 48 years old already. And yeah, he's doesn't have too much longer in the career. So he was around 50 when he won the title in Windy City Wrestling. And Paul Christy was a good wrestler. Now, Johnny Stewart is very young here and at the beginning of his career. And sorry about that distraction there. Johnny Stewart would go on to be a really solid independent wrestler, also a trainer. He did a lot of stints with WCW. The guy always looked good, was always in good shape, tan, had these fancy robes, real clean look, good wrestler. And Paul Christy and him are partnered up together in the WWA, probably to give the young Johnny Stewart a rub. In all fairness, that's probably the purpose, and I would say it worked. All right, Dick the Bruiser is going to get the win here for his team here in Chicago. And this one is booked up. We're at our usual 111 minutes. Let's go ahead and get rolling here. All right, Hangman number 1 wins with that swinging neck breaker. And Hangman number 1, of course, is Mike Moran. You can catch him. Mike Moran did an interview with the AWA Unleashed podcast not too long ago. Check it out. And next, we have Graham and Kent getting the win after Don Kent hits Derek Dukes with a foreign object. We're going to say brass knuckles here, because that's most likely what he would have done. And what do we got? Inconsistency, declining physical ability, you name it. All right. 57 overall, though, I'll take it. El Bracero gets the win over the young Razor DeVito here, 53 overall. Razor DeVito was another guy like a Johnny Stewart, always in really good shape. And he actually didn't go by Razor DeVito, but that's what we got to use in the game to keep him doubled up from the guy that was in the Baldies. Actually, unfortunately, Razor DeVito's real first name is escaping me at the moment. Tony DeVito, that was it, Tony DeVito. There's already a Tony DeVito in the game, so I just stuck with Razor DeVito since that was his nickname. And he was good, and he was around for a long time. And I think the contact with Chicago Championship Wrestling getting on Sports Vision in the 80s, I think DeVito's dad was an executive with Sports Vision, and that's how that worked out. PWI had a show called Chicago Championship Wrestling. So, in this case, none of that matters, as El Bracero gets the victory here. Up next, Prince Mama Muhammad exacts his revenge against Rex Bodie, Cowboy Rex Bodie that is, with the big splash. It's 52 overall. And I'm happy for Rex Bodie. He's putting in some good matches here. Zebra Kid versus Steve Regal gets us a 68. And Steve Regal wins with that Fort Lauderdale leg lock. And it does not say that the Zebra Kid was well suited to the match, but he should have been, because Zebra Kid could go in the ring and was technically sound. Here comes our main event, a whopping 64. And Christie and Stewart held down the score here is what happened. But Dick the Bruiser got the win over Paul Christie. And we got our usual business here, I'm sure, of a bunch of guys over the hill. We got some manager overwhelming business here, which I don't quite understand, but that's okay. We got some psychology issues, declining physical ability, you name it. Let's see if we get a gain. Don't hold your breath. And we did. We did get a gain, so that's good. I would like to point out Steve Regal. He did a good job here. I would like to point out, who else do we want to point out here? I think the Bruiser and the Crusher are off the table because they're really not doing a good job. I'll point out Rex Bodie. I thought he did a good job again. And I'll also give it up to El Bracero here. No, let's go with Hangman number 1. He did a good job. Regal, great performance. Bodie, good performance. Hangman number 1, good example. We're going to make that speech. Regal is once again very happy, everybody. And that's good. Bodie's pleased. Hangman number 1 is pleased. And there's Akio Saito. And this one's going to take us back home. Akio Saito, of course, would be the tag team partner of Pat Tanaka in the WWF as the Oriental Express. And then he would quit. And then they would bring in Paul Diamond under a hood as Kato. For those of you that don't remember. All right. Got this one set. Head back to the main screen here. Uh-oh, Spike Huber's injured. Cracked tailbone. He's going to be out for a month. That's not going to hurt us too much. We're not using them a whole lot. We don't have Spike Huber. What am I talking about? We don't have Spike Huber. And we'll double check that right now, but I'm pretty certain that he is not on our roster. He is not on our roster. I just automatically associate him with the WWA. All right, nothing too much in the headlines here. Yesterday's headlines, when I was skipping ahead for the game, Ron Garvin and Jimmy Garvin won the World Tag Team title in Crockett. So they are the current NWA World Tag Team Champions. And there it is. They're defending their tag team title. Now again, isn't this face versus face? What's going on here? I don't know. All I know is Lasertron keeps on with that World Television title. All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody, for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel and what you think of it so far. Join us on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. You can also find us on Reddit with the subreddit group of TEW 2020 Friends. Last but not least, you can get version 9 of the Supermod by going to braddrake.net. Just drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to send you a link to the database and the picture pack. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.